Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. So, as promised, I decided I wanted to do a playing card reading for all of you. So, my cards have been shuffled. What I love about playing cards is that I can shuffle them. I have an affinity to playing cards. Ever since I was a little girl, I used to go to my grandmother's, and she used to show me all different solitaire games with playing cards, and I've been doing that for decades. As a matter of fact, now that they have apps for all different kinds of card games, I still use my playing cards. There's just something about feeling that tactile feeling of having the card deck in my hands. So I've always had an affinity for playing cards. I'm trying to figure out why that is. I have several Oracle card decks. They're beautiful. I love the pictures. I created my own Oracle card deck. But I'm learning that I have an affinity to playing cards and that I can read them. So, in talking with my older sister, I know that my great-grandmother used to read tea leaves. She was a scryer, and she had a very strong psychic intuition. But for some reason in my brain, I never got to know her. I felt that she read playing cards. But according to my older sister, who knew her, my great-grandmother died before I was born, but my older sister got to know her. She did not read playing cards. So I'm not quite sure where that came from. It could be a past life of mine. Excuse me. So without further ado, I'm going to flip these cards. They've already been shuffled. They've already been cut. And let's see what comes up. So the first card is the Jack of Diamonds. Now, the Jack is a representation for the Knight, which is action-oriented. It's typically male, doesn't have to be male. It can be a female that is in touch with her masculine energy in the workforce, let's say, or has a very strong personality. But I am feeling that this has to do with a male. Now, if you are a male, this would be you. If you are not a male, this could have to do with a male that you know that has a very action, materialistic propensity. In other words, they're driven. And it could be your partner, it could be your boyfriend. The diamonds have to do with wealth. So what this card tells me is that there is a male in your life that likes to achieve things and likes to achieve wealth. That makes them feel good. It's part of who they are. Okay? So as it stands, this is what I see with this card. So let's flip the next card. Seven of Clubs. Now, the seven, let me just mention, this is a past, present, future reading. It is also a 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, and I will be pulling a root card. So this is in the past. Now, when I do a reading, all the cards meld together. But it's often nice to look like where you're coming from into where you are now, or as a whole. So this would be the past card. This would be somebody that you know, or perhaps is you, that is in this position to the present moment, or the person that you know is in that position to the present moment. And remember, if it's somebody that you know or somebody that you're close to, this card will have an effect on you if you allow it to. But if you love that person, you know that about them, okay? So now in the present moment, we have the 7 of clubs. So the number 7 has to do with experience. It has to do with perfectionism or perfection. So this person has a lot or a great deal of experience in the field that they are in. And I am sensing that they don't really like to be told what to do. They have a lot of experience. If this is you as a woman and you have a very strong personality, you have a lot of experience and you don't like to be told what to do. And the perfection in that is that you already know. That's the perfection. If you are somebody that is always looking for perfection, then this is an insight into something that you might want to look at. Now, the clubs, or the suit of the clubs, has to do with fire, it has to do with creativity, and it has to do with action. So the perfection of this card just might mean that this person, you or someone that you know, is moving into an action oriented, creative oriented spot. This is the now. This is the fire of the now. This means to me, it's a very positive sign. It has to do with moving into, okay, kind of an aha moment, kind of like, I'm inspired. This, whatever it was that I was doing here is coming to fruition. Things couldn't be lining up more perfectly. Now, the moving forward of that is not to get wrapped up into the perfection of it, but to know, yes, this is where I need to be. This is where I've wanted to be. This couldn't be more perfect and in alignment with everything that I've been working on. So both of these cards I see as very positive. Now, if you're living with somebody that has that propensity, just allow them that need to work hard, allow them that need to move into that place, because you are not them. And if you look at it in terms of energy, whatever happens here and here is going to have a positive effect on you. So allow it all to play out. Now, moving into the future here, we have the 2 of clubs. Now, the 2 has to do with harmony and balance. If you want to think of, this is how I view things. Okay, we've got 1 and 1 is 2. We also have the number 11. Yes, everything is working out exactly the way it's supposed to work out. This is a really great card. This is balance. This is the balance that this person has been wanting to achieve and is coming to fruition. So, in other words, all of the hard work, all of the moving forward is moving into a more balanced spot where there won't be overwhelmment. There won't be this need to have to be so driven. Everything is falling into place in a balanced way. And so, yes, this person or you will be working. You will be working towards your goals, but you are going to see more of a feeling of I've achieved. I've achieved exactly where I want to be right now in this place and time. And as I mentioned before, the clubs has to do with fire, it has to do with action, and it has to do with creativity. So you are going to be on fire, or this person that you're living with is going to be on fire. It's excuse me, it's going to be an unstoppable place to be. It's the momentum has kicked up, and it's just going to amp up, and it's an individual thing. Okay, this doesn't have to do with anybody else. And the other thing that's going to be happening is you or this other person is going to pay less attention to the thoughts and the opinions of others. There has been a connection there that hasn't always been healthy. It's been like the go-to place. I need to talk about this. I need to see. And always there has been that feeling of, oh, why did I do that? I know where I want to be. Why am I doing this to myself? And so there is going to be this knowing, not a moving out of toxicity, but a more of loving people from a distance. So there's another avenue of balance. Excuse me, I had to clear up that frog in my throat. So let's move on to the 1 to 3 months. Let's see what's happening in 1 to 3 months. Now, I always say it's 1 month. So within 30 days. Okay, this is going to be happening within 30 days up to 3 months. This is a timeless reading. This means that when you see it on YouTube, or when you see it on my Facebook page, or when you see it on my I Am Intuitive Art page, this reading has to do with you. It doesn't mean that it has to do with today, August 9th, 2022. It has to do with when it shows up on your timeline or when you connect on YouTube. And before I pull this next card, I'm going to ask that you like, subscribe, and share my YouTube channel. I will be putting up more and more readings, particularly with the playing cards. And I will be using my own card decks, and I might be mingling some of my other card decks within the reading. But I'd like to get more specific. One of the things that I really enjoy doing is I really enjoy helping others connect with their inner being, with their own souls. Because, unless you were born with a twin or a triplet, you probably were born alone. When you came into this earth through your mother's womb, you were alone. Like I said, unless you had a sibling, like a twin or a triplet or whatever, in the womb with you. But even so, each child has their own soul. So I like to work with cards that help people to connect with their inner being. So some of the readings will have to do with that, and some of the readings will be more specific. So let's pull the next card. As I said, 1 to 3 months. So this is the 6 of Spades. So the number 6 in 1 to 3 months has to do with perseverance. So if you have achieved exactly where it is you want to be, okay, the momentum is going. There is going to have to be some perseverance here. There is going to have to be, like, I can't sit on my haunches. I'm where I want to be right now. So I've got to give it my best shot. I have got to give it my all to build up that momentum so things will move in ease and grace. But I am really happy with the achievements. Okay, so there is going to be some perseverance here. I don't know if you have moved into a new job, a new position, you've made a change with your job, but in 1 to 3 months, you are going to feel better about where you are at right now in the position that you're in, whether you left a job and moved into a new one, or you got a promotion, or you're self-employed and you've worked really hard to get to where you are right now. Now, I mentioned, or actually I don't think I mentioned, the suit spades has to do with air. It has to do with thought processes. It has to do with what's going on inside of you mentally. Now, you have a choice. You can look at this change. You can look at all of where you've come from and what you now have achieved. And this will make or break you. You can look at it and one little thing doesn't seem to work out for you and you can go on a downward spiral, or you can say, it's just a hiccup. I'm moving forward. I'm persevering. This is all working out for me. I know it's working out for me because this is where I'm at right now. I made this decision. I made this choice, and I am going to allow for everything that's supposed to happen to unfold for me. That's what this card means. So the next card is the Eight of Clubs. Oh my goodness, I have a frog in my throat. The number 8 has to do with advancement. So, what does this tell me? This tells me that you have chosen to look at the hiccup and not let it get to you. There has to be a driving force here. So, I believe that the driving force is that you are making more money than you were making back before. You are making more money. You are feeling the wealth. You are feeling like you're being appreciated. You are feeling like this is where I'm supposed to be. So, with that said, there will be advancement. You are not going to even stay here in this mode. You are going to be advanced. Now, remember, this is 1 to 3 months. This is 3 to 6 months. So I'm sensing a promotion of some sort. It could be an increase in hourly wage. It could be a bonus. It could be a Christmas bonus. It could be your company's participation plan. It could be the fact that you are raising your rates and people are being receptive to that. It can have a lot to do, but it is monetary. I'm sensing it's monetary. Now, remember, you have the ability to manifest this. You have the ability to not allow the negative little hiccups of the day or the months get you down, because you are where you're supposed to be. All right? So because of that, you are now manifesting more into your experience. The number 8 has to do with advancement. It has to do with abundance. It has to do with prosperity. And since clubs has to do with action and creativity, you are going to be moving into a place of where your desires or your experience, or you're going to be appreciated for everything that you've worked for. And people aren't going to look at you like you don't know what you're talking about. People are going to look at you like you do know what you're talking about. You, number one, have the experience. Number two, you have the wisdom. And number three, you have what it takes. You have what it takes. It shows in every part of you. You're confident. You're confident. You've worked for this. So allow it to happen. And when it comes, you appreciate and be thankful and grateful that the universe is aligning itself with where you are and how hard you have worked. And by the way, it's not even about working hard. It's about putting yourself in that mindset and allowing it to happen. It doesn't mean sit on the couch. It means working towards, persevering. Okay? So that's what that card means. And the next card is the Ace of Spades. So Ace is new energy. Everything about this, for this person, your partner, or for you, has to do with new energy. So a year from now, you will have attracted in all new energy. With this shift, with this change, with this job, with the perseverance, with the mindset, with the thoughts, with the work, being where you at, being where you're at, being appreciative of where you are right now. You are attracting brand new energy, and a lot of it has to do with how you've seen this play out. Since you've had the experience of seeing all this play out, more momentum for you is coming. Positive, prosperous, abundant momentum. Very positive sign for new energy and mental awareness. And now I'm going to pull a root card, and let's see what the root card is. 9 of Diamonds. What is this, is this reading about the completion of something? Completion can mean a couple of different things. If you are in a relationship with somebody and you love this person and you're looking at this reading as them, it can mean the completion of all that struggle with this person. It can mean things are finally coming together. Things are finally working out for you guys. Okay? If this has to do with you, okay? The Knight. Think of Joan of Arc. Think of Joan of Arc. Doesn't have to be male. If this has to do with you, the completion card has to do with everything coming together. One part of your life has moved on and you are into the next phase of your life. And this next phase has to do with being grounded. It has to do with wealth of thoughts, wealth of creative ideas, wealth as in monetary, material wealth, material gain. It has to do with, I would first say, how you view success. If you view success in only as money, okay, you may be just on the verge of realizing that success has to do with more of a mindset, more of a I'm moving into that space that I absolutely love, and you're starting to see the results of that, and money is coming to you. And that wealth and that prosperity and that abundance, you are feeling it inside and outside. This is a very positive card for you. Now remember, this is a timeless reading. So when you decide to click on it is when you're meant to have it. You are meant to have this reading when you click on this video. I am going to post it to my Facebook page, which is Susie Marat. I am going to post it to part of it to Instagram. And I am going to post it to my I Am Intuitive Art page on Facebook. And did I say YouTube? Well, YouTube. Okay? So, if you have any questions or if you have any comments, post them down here. Please like, please subscribe, and please share this video with someone that you think might need to hear it. Okay? So that's it for today, friends. Very good reading, very positive reading. Pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to the shifts and changes that are happening, because they're all happening, because that's where you're supposed to be. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.